is dealing with friction at an angle. So from this diagram, we have to make the first step is to make a free body diagram where the N of the net force will be in the y direction, the kinetic friction will be in the negative x direction, the weight will be in the negative y direction, and from the free body diagram we have to get the weight x and y direction, and when we get w cosine theta and w sine theta, we have to figure out what belongs in the y direction and the x direction. From the y direction, we get the net force and w cosine theta, but the w cosine theta will be negative because it goes in the negative y direction. And have it equal to acceleration. But since in the y direction there is no acceleration, then it would be equal to 0. In the x direction, we have w sine theta and the kinetic friction equal to acceleration, but since the friction is in the negative x direction, then it will be negative kinetic friction. But we can replace the negative kinetic friction to the coefficient of kinetic friction and the net force, and from there we want, from the y equation, we want to solve for n, since we have the coefficient, the kinetic coefficient, and the net force. And when we get the net force from the y direction, we plug it into the x equation. So when we have our calculations, we can just plug them in and solve for any of the things you want.